one of the things that I tell every vendor is that, what's your plan B if you don't sell? What's your plan B if you don't sell? Because a lot of vendors say to me, oh, Tom, it's okay. You know what? If we don't get our price, that's fine. We'll wait till the next cycle. We think it's going to pick up in a year or two. And who knows whether that's the case or not. And then I'll say to them, and when it does pick up, and let's assume you do get your price, what are you going to do then? And then they'll say, oh, then we'll go off and buy another home. And then I'll say, so what do you think you're going to do? You're going to be able to sell your home at a higher figure and be able to buy the new one in 2 years' time at today's price? No, you'll be paying the new price on the new property. So the truth of the matter is, whether you decide to keep your property and wait till the market goes up before you make your move, you're in exactly the same situation, because you're not lay-buying the new property, right? You're actually going off and you're paying the new market prices. So it is a really good thing, if you're a real estate agent, to always say to a vendor, what's your plan B if we don't sell? And then you can sit down and you can work through it. And I think that a lot of good real estate agents at the moment are actually spending time helping their vendors do a feasibility on their purchase. Because if they can realize that they can actually save $100,000 on what they originally thought they were going to spend on their purchase, they're more inclined to actually meet the current market at the moment, right? And I think a lot of the times when vendors have been doing their feasibility and their market diligence on selling and buying, they've been looking at prices in the new area at a time when prices were higher. But a lot of these vendors, of course, now are very vulnerable and actually do sell at a lower figure. And one of the things, oh, geez, this rain is bucketing down here. And one of the things that, you're able to help a vendor understand is when you sit there and say, listen, you might sell 50 grand less now, but you're going to buy 100 grand less. So you're actually $50,000 better being an upgrader in this market. So I urge every vendor at the moment, if you've got decent money, you should sell. Let's face it, we've got this melting pot of a couple or maybe 3 interest rate rises that are going to take us through to spring. And then we're going to have an oversupply of listings, because that's what happens in spring. Everyone puts their home on the market. So if you just think about it, the environment in 3 months' time is going to be that, where buyers are going to be like they're walking in to a candy store, and they're going to have an amazing amount of choice, and they're going to have vendors who are going to want to sell. And by the way, for those that always want to look at interesting stats, the best month to buy real estate, according to CoreLogic RP data and any of the data companies, is December, when everyone is at Westfield shopping, and you got a few vendors that is residual, hangover stock that needs to be sold. Anyway, guys and girls, that's the situation here. That's the situation. It is hard work. Auctions are taking a lot longer. Bidding numbers are hard to kick off. People's increments have got smaller. And do I believe in auctions still? More than ever. Because I can tell you, these 7 properties that didn't sell, most likely will be sold within the next 14 days. Negotiations with buyers that were introduced to these properties due to the auctions are normally what makes a property get sold over the 7-10 days post-auction. So the only thing that happens with auctions when a market changes is, instead of those properties being sold prior or on the day, a larger proportion of those properties sell after auction, usually the week after. And as they say, when you adjust the price, the magical buyer always appears. Doesn't matter what suburb, what state, how busy the road is, price will always get you a buyer. Guys and girls,